Good evening, everybody. Hello, and welcome back to the show. So today we got a cast on the cards. It's going to be going down on Setton's Clutch. This is going to be a long one today, so grab yourself a coffee, tea, water, beer, whatever your libation is, and strap in. Let's get into introducing our players. We'll call this team 2 up here at the top, this team 1 down here at the bottom, so that I can keep it straight on the scoreboard. And we will start initially with team number 1 with Comrade Striker in the rearguard air position going UEF, opening first air. In our beach position, we have Prophet. He is going UEF, opening first land. In our front position, we have, wow, another UEF, Taylor O'Shea, who's going UEF, opening first land. And then in the rocks position, only one breaking the trend here, we have FAF Turtle going Aeon, opening first land. Got some P-gens queued up, and that looks to be a second air. Should be appropriate because he needs to be grabbing this side island. Shifting over to team number 2, down here at the bottom, we've got Big Bad Gaz. He is going Aeon, opening first land to his north in the rock position. We have the Master of Hentai. He is going Seraphim, opening first air. It looks to be a second land factory. And in the middle, on his way out, we have David V of Georgia. I'm guessing that's David the Fifth. I don't know if we're working with Roman numerals here. He's going UEF, opening first land. Got a lot of land factories queued up after that, which would make sense because he is on the forward position. And last but not least in this game, we have Requiem going Aeon, opened first air. Got to work on the Hydro right there as well. So might be making a move for this side island as well, going first air. So all these guys are getting into the middle and they start beating each other up. Been gone for a little bit. Had my wedding last week. It was fun. I was nearly without pants. If you guys are interested in the story, I can go ahead and tell the whole story, but just don't use any sort of online tux rental service. Just go to Men's Warehouse, go to someplace to get your tux, they'll measure you, get it all done right. But the online process was an absolute nightmare. They got just about everything wrong. And yeah, I was nearly without pants. I almost wore basketball shorts to my own wedding, which was, I guess, okay, because the basketball shorts I had were black with white stripes. And, I was wearing like a black and white kind of classic tux with a bow tie. So I guess it would have worked out, but my wife would have probably been pretty unhappy about that. David elects to grab some of these, I believe they're pillar wrecks, if I remember correctly. Looks kind of like a pillar. Looks like there's 2 guns there. I'm not sure. But these not worth quite as much as the Loyalist Rex as well as the Salem Rex. So looking to clean out his side before advancing to the other side. Taylor O'Shea looking like he has a similar idea there. So going for David's Rex as well. And then, undoubtedly going to fall back and look a little bit more at his Rex. Comms end up blapping each other for a little bit. A couple of Lobos back here, along with a Snoop, providing some long-range fire support. That is supremely annoying to deal with whenever you're playing middle on Settons. I think I played a Settons match last night where somebody just had like a Lobo and I ended up losing like 2,000 HP because my build is shit on Settons. There is a grab being made for this northern island. We got a courier out from Prophet and going to be landing about the time as this engineer from the Master himself gets to work on a distance build of this land factory. But we've got engineers and Snoops actually primarily. So if the engineers move quickly, they should be able to, well, they'll definitely be able to build a land factory in time. But I was going to say they might even be able to just reclaim and deny the land factory there for the Master. In the middle, we still got Taylor and David just beating each other to shreds. But we do have Lobo support here from David. It's going to be problematic for Taylor. Taylor O'Shea is bringing in T1 spam as we speak, though, so should have a little bit of backup there for his commander. It does look like he is maintaining his mobility moderately well, so dodging, as I say that, he eats a bunch of Lobo shells to the face, but look to be dodging a good number of these Lobo shells, so I wouldn't expect that to be a huge issue. So it's looking like the Master of Hentai. Okay, so the land factory will go up, goes to work on Selens actually right off the bat. That will be promptly taken out by the Lobos coming off of the opposing land factory there for profit. And I think that the Master is going to have to yield to that position. Looking at the other side, we do have the Turtle. He was able to secure his island. No hanky panky going on there. Taylor down to 7k HP. David at about 8,000 HP. But David faring a little bit better here, undoubtedly because of the support from his T1 spam. Start to see the T1 spam run into each other a little bit of a clash here. And Taylor's just really focused on the reclaim here. Knows he can drop into the water if things get dicey. And realistically, there's not a whole lot David can do in a push, I think, at this point. A couple of interceptors over for FAF and Turtle as well. I'm going to do my best to say that name with a straight face. And we have an attack boat out for Requiem. Paired with a frigate. Okay, so AA and anti-air and anti-navy representing in that little force. Oh wow, we have a little drop here. A series of 2 scouts and 4 Lobos actually there from Prophet. Gonna start causing problems. There is a Zooey coming off the line that can respond. That shell might take out all of that. Ugh. That's what you call a 6-for-1 combo deal. Fast food restaurants got nothing on that. Gun damage and range coming out for Taylor. And no upgrades as of yet for David. But he is grabbing some of this middle reclaim though. Should be mentioned that the game is at 93% balance. And we have a pretty wide range of skill level with Big Bad Gaz bringing up the rear at 700. He is in the air position for team number 2. And then we've got, I believe the Master of Hentai is leading the charge here, in control of the rock position for team number 2. So team number 1 a little bit closer together. We got Comrade Striker, lowest rated member for team number 1 at 800 with Prophet at about 1300. So mostly, I guess this guy would say average Joes with a couple of lower rated Joes in there as well. And now we're starting to see a little bit of pressure here on Turtle's naval facilities. There is a Sylph that is out. Another one just comes off the production line. Frigates for the Aeon do have torpedo defense, but not really a great way to hit back offensively against submarines. But we do have another raid over on this side. T1 sonar system, and looks like a bunch of dead engineers down there at the bottom of the ocean in their watery grave. Engineers just gonna go for the reclaim, maybe. This is going to be a problem though for the Master. You can call him Master Blaster. Who runs Sparta Town? You guys can get that movie. I will be supremely impressed. I need to make my movie quizzes a little bit harder. You guys get them too easy. You need to start picking some more obscure movies. Not sure if that one's really obscure or not. One that I feel like most people haven't seen. My dad, though, liked to sit me down on Saturday afternoons and educate me in the wonders of 70s and 80s action movies. There are a couple of Suissals harassing the frigates there for profit. And lots of bomber commitment there from Prophet as well, harassing the naval factories. We do have this factory on its way to T2, about 80%. And there's not a whole lot of air defense here for the Master. He's got a couple of Zooeys there for naval defense, but nothing in the water either. Prophet would probably be well served to switch up his bombing runs to this upgrading T1 factory, turning into an HQ potentially here. $98, $99, and then I'll get a good bump in HP whenever it upgrades. Yep, alright, so now it's got 12,000 HP to chew through. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult to deal with. Meanwhile, in the middle, got Taylor O'Shea with a newly completed gun upgrade, taking it to David here in the middle. David not in a great position to go into the water. He's gonna run into cliffs here pretty soon. And Taylor O'Shea, I think, just runs him down here, down to 1400 HP. Gets distracted, something shiny goes through the room. That might have just cost him the kill. Fortunate rank and veterancy there. I think David's gonna be able to make it into the water here. Nope. All right, never mind. Lobo Shell just clips him as his head goes under the water. So got our first ejection from the game. There is full share on though. It is settings after all. And now Prophet has committed a lot of bomber spam to destroying this T2 Naval HQ. Down to 5,600 HP. There is a static AA here for Master. And some mobile AAs, some ISLs coming off the line. Naval Factory down to 3,000 HP. A lot of these interceptors out of fuel. Might want to just park these interceptors over the air defense. And Naval Factory is going to drop down to 2,400 HP. Bombers coming in, down to 1,900. How many more bombers do we got on the roadway? One more, two more, three more, four more. Okay, so he's just cranking these puppies out as fast as he can. There is a little bit of help here that comes in from Requiem, our beach player for team number 2. And that should be able to mop up these interceptors that are out of fuel. So very close, down to 1,000 HP, 800. Scorcher's not going to be able to do quite enough. See if any of these bombers end up making it through. Should only need like a couple more bombers. Another one coming in. 700 HP. Doesn't get its bomb away though. This guy. Now he turns it around. Okay, I believe that saga has ended. Let's shift our focus towards the middle. T2 HQ survives there for Master. And we've got Master has also inherited the forward base for David. David recently vacated. Took no time at all setting up a couple of triads. Got some mongoose on the wall, so comfortably in the T2 phase. Thought that was a Ravager there for a second. It's like, whoa, whoa there, man. That's fast. Fast T3. Taylor O'Shea, though, continuing to posture T1 spam. Might be looking to overrun this position a little bit. T1 bombers coming in over the top. I think they're going after, yeah, they're going after this T2 fusion reactor. That's gonna go pop. Let's see if that, I don't think that's gonna force him into a power stall. A lot of his core energy, I would imagine, is over here. Yep, so he's got a redundant T2 PGen. Are starting to see T3 air on the field for both Big Bad Gas as well as Striker. Interceptors from Requiem are going to mop up the rest of these T1 bombers. Pesky Scorchers. There. We'll bag another land factory though. End of the day. T2 power generator and land factory. I guess it's not too bad. But Prophet is going to have trouble holding on to this side island faux show. Got a cruiser out there from the Master of Hentai. And he is shelling those with tactical missiles, as to be expected. Haven't heard a whole lot from this bottom pond, both Turtle as well as Requiem. Mostly just building up naval strength, it looks like. Requiem unable to deny Turtle his naval position earlier on in the game, so now we're starting to see frigates as well as some sylphs out. And do we have a... so we do have a T2 upgrade. Nothing on the production line as of yet. I'm sure it's just a matter of time, though. Meanwhile, though, the Master of Hentai has pushed Prophet almost entirely back to his own naval yards. We do have a couple of torpedo turrets set up to chase away these subs. That is probably the best way, or one of the best ways to deal with subs. T1, even though they're T1 static launchers, subs have very little HP. It's like, what, 800? Something like that? 400, even less. Even less. So yes, subs are very weak. And we've got Exodus out for both of the players in the southern pond. You guys are going to start laying into each other. Both players with a mixture of subs, frigates, and then one kind of core destroyer. Does look though like Turtle has the numbers, and he has torpedo bombers as well to give him that little bit of an extra advantage. Actually, both of these guys do, so Requiem has torpedo bombers as well. Both players appear to be focusing their torpedo bombers on the destroyers, which would make sense. That would add up. Needs to bring in some AA. Both these guys need to bring in some AA to deal with the torpedo bombers. Seeing as how they're both Aeon, and Aeon, for whatever reason, need a special ship to be able to point their guns in the air. You confused? Yeah, me too. I don't get the Aeon faction, but I know people do, and they love it. Actually, I take that back. I like the Aeon Navy. I like the Aeon Navy to some extent. And then I like air. I guess I don't like their land. Land seems weak to me. Turtle airlifting some engineers out to the front. Looking to scoop some of this lovely reclaim that has been deposited from this recent naval engagement. Still's got some torpedo bombers harassing a Beacon class frigate. And looks like he's got air cover as well from strikers, so things unfolding a little bit slower in the bottom pond. And the top pond, we have Prophet making the jump to T2, cranking out destroyers. I believe it's just one bulwark shield boat. And then we've got a series of cruisers, 3 cruisers it looks like, and it looks like they're going to go and mess with Taylor a little bit over here. We have T1 bombers out from Taylor, unfortunately not torpedo bombers, harassing this destroyer, the Uashaba. Cruisers will be able to deal with that in short order though. And instead of going for Taylor's primary base, Taylor also on a T3 upgrade with his commander, looking to get rid of the forward production facilities set up. T1 bomber's not going to do so great against 3 cruisers. Even torpedo bombers not going to do great against cruisers. It's like cruisers are designed with anti-air in mind. Got a couple of destroyers in there too. That's a little... well, that one's pretty badly damaged. But the... it's a pretty well equipped naval flotilla there. There is, I believe, superior numbers there though for Prophet. Right now things are just a little bit quiet right now, so let's check in on Eco. So looking at total mass accrued, Team 2 is actually up on total mass accrued, even though they've lost some of the forward mass extractors and one of the players. So the Master of Hentai is having to pull double duty here. Still managing to keep that eco lead though, about 12k mass up. Total mass accrued. Good to see. As far as our chip leaders go, nope, not reclaimed. Nope, not total mass income. There we go. As far as our chip leaders go, it's looking like we've got all the Master of Hentai is in the lead. To be expected though, he's on 2 bases. It looks like FAF and Turtle's actually bringing up second place there at 177 mass per tick. Most of his mexes, I think all of his mexes ringed. And a good number of them upgraded. Actually, all of them upgraded to T2. Probably do with upgrading a couple of those to T3 now. 20 minutes into the game or so. But ASFs make a little bit of a wrong turn here. Run into some flak as well as some direct fire from these cruisers. They seem to be relatively unperturbed before bugging out, deciding to save the aircraft. And these cruisers, after mopping up the forward production facilities and making sure that all reclaim has been destroyed, are now moving more towards the north. And are beginning to take out some of the T1 spam that Taylor O'Shea has accumulated on the land bridge, and even beginning to threaten the main base potentially. Taylor's still on that T3 upgrade. Must be power or mass stalling. See that ETA jumping all over the place there. There are several torpedo bombers though out for Striker. See how he handles these. Okay, thinks better of it, decides to turn around. Thinking better of it and turning around. Prophet could do with helping out his boy though. This have naval superiority, I believe. This is still working on destroyers. And we got a couple of other T2 naval factories that have popped up adjacent to the cliff edge. And that's T3 on the field. So we got Percival's out from Master of Hentai as well. Out of David's old base. Putting a lot of prioritization on those Percivals as well. And he has really dug himself in here with triads, counting 1, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish triads. Throwing the ish in because I'm not 100% sure. I probably miscounted. It's going to be a long game. I'm saving my brain power for later, whenever I need to run some fast calculations. Or I just have no brain power to speak of. There's also that. T1 spam relocating again to try and get out of the range of these cruise missiles. Tactical missiles, I guess I should say. We do have another naval entanglement down here in the southern pond. Wasps providing air cover from Comrade Striker. And Turtle has even gotten a couple of both defensive and production facilities up very close to Requiem's production facilities, and looking like he's starting to make a decent sized push though. Just keep in mind how close he is though to enemy production. His ships have to travel a good ways further before they can get to a point where they're effective. So Exodus's swivel their guns and open fire with the beautiful arcs of light as they streak across the screen and miss half of what they shoot at, but I mean, it's okay. Counting how many of these Exodus shots actually miss. Alright. As soon as I start counting, they start hitting bullseyes. Okay, that was nowhere close. Aeon gunners, man. Seriously need to think about who they're actually hiring, what their testing process is. Got to be almost as bad as the American school system. That's right. I'll take a dig at my own country. I was homeschooled, so I have no ties to the American school system. Torpedo bombers in over the top. There are interceptors there for Turtle. be able to assist in dealing with them. As Turtle goes in once again, equipped with subs this time. Yeah, it looks like he's starting to lose out on some of his destroyers. All right, as I say that, Turtle loses a destroyer, and it looks like another one is under pretty serious threat here. I think Turtle wins this fight. It was not the Turtle that won this race. It was the Requiem. And this forward production facility now under threat, although I believe this was really just a reclaim factory. Not even going to get its last engineer off. How sad. Now we're starting to see these cruisers really begin to become irritating. Just kind of burning through this bulwark's shield. Already down to 12%. More just a nuisance than anything else at this point. But Yathau's T3 sub hunters out for Master of Hentai. Could help turn the balance of power in his favor here in the bottom. The top, I mean. Yeah, by bottom I meant the top. Sub hunters feel good. So hard to deal with. At least for me. I was playing Aeon one time and just got absolutely manhandled by a bunch of sub hunters on the Navy. I was actually playing Settins that game. So what are our air players up to as far as ASF count? We're about 25 minutes into the game here. 39 for Comrade Striker. Big Bad Gaz. Got 49. Okay, so advantage for team number 2 there in the skies. Gaz has also got a couple of Spectres in the mix. Not sure what his plans are for those just yet. Looking back at each of the air players' bases, we actually have T3 land there for Striker. Interesting decision in the air position to invest mass into going for T3 land. And it looks like Big Bad Gaz is definitely up as far as production capacity. Counting 3, 6, 9, 6, 7 air factories with another one on the way. And he is upgrading these to T3, ringing them, as well as adding mass fabricators in addition. So really playing the eco game here. I should ring that last mechs though. But all core mass, I believe, is T3, which is very good for him. Got a couple of mexes that still need ringing, but all in all doing pretty well. We got our first experimental of the game, 26 minutes. We have an Atlantis out from Taylor. So Taylor beginning to shift into the naval game instead of just focusing on the forward pressure. Gives it over actually to Prophet for Prophet to control. A bit of a pause there. Usually that gets edited out in replays. Not sure why the game actually paused. But Prophet, with the acquisition of his new toy, now feels emboldened enough to push up even into T3 sub hunters. Well, I guess T3 sub hunter singular. See that Atlantis get into range. Go to work, baby. Pretty good torpedoes on the Atlantis. But pretty good, I mean really good. There's a lot of good torpedo defense though between the Seraphim destroyers. Playing it pretty slow though, slow rolling it. Kind of creeping up with the Atlantis. Making sure that they know he's there. Giving these destroyers a little bit of a love tap. Oh, now we got T3 battleships on the field. So going for battleships over increased sub-hunter production. Battleships, of course, can ground fire. Well, any unit can ground fire, but battleships can usually ground fire subs to pretty devastating effect. Assuming you can get it right. And now we're starting to see sub-hunter engage the Atlantis. Poor sub-hunter doesn't realize what he's getting into here. Ends up eating a bunch of torpedoes to the face. And shifting down to the bottom, we have made the shift to T3 there for Turtle. We've got battleships on the field now. And just now making the jump to T3 there for Requiem. So Requiem a little bit behind the 8-ball there, the bottom, but I think up at the top is where a lot of this naval action is going to go down. Atlantis getting, it looks like the Atlantis is getting ground fired here. Took a couple of shells. I do feel like the ground fire mechanic is a little dumb. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Is it broken? Is it balanced? I don't know. I'm thinking about, like, if you're an actual naval commander, right? You know, you're not going to just be like firing your cannons off into the water to hope that you hit a sub. I don't know, like, if you get to those like 12 or 15-inch guns, like how deep they actually would affect in real life. I don't know. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. 2 battleships though now for Turtle. We should be able to push off Requiem from this position. A couple of an Exodus and an Infinity holding the line there. Torpedo bombers en route, getting pinged by somebody. I would imagine Turtle. Telling Striker to come and be of assistance. And we've got a battle cruiser coming off the line there for Taylor. So Taylor has really shifted his entire economy and production into the naval game. Probably not quite enough torpedo bombers to really do anything other than just tickle them. I don't think the Infinity has the best AA. I don't know. It's not bad though. Yeah, it's a good science video. Which cruiser has the best AA? Because I actually do not know. Actually not sure if there's even a difference between them outside of just like kind of the way that they fire. Actually, I imagine that the Seraphim, I feel like the Seraphim, because they have both direct fire and flak, are either going to be best because they have the versatility, or they're going to be worst because they have the versatility. Battlecruiser does come off the line there for Taylor. Probably be gifting that over in short order, or at least moving it. Right now it's just taking Halthum shells to the face. Taylor's like, alright, screw this, I'm gonna just do it myself. Starts eviscerating frigates and destroyers. Battlecruisers, man, they're good units. If they have cover from their allies. Their allies do move. We do have a Summit here that has come off the line, so long-range fire support is available to rather devastating effects there. And aircraft carriers, battleships, everything on way from Master of Hentai. And also abusing some UEF tech here. Got a Bulwark in the mix for battlecruiser. Was ordered to stand his ground and die. Master of Hentai is calling out for tele defense, but there's no Cybran. Actually, in this game, now that I'm noticing, it's sad. The best faction in the game got left out. But it looks like we got another Atlantis queued up here. I'm not sure if that's from Taylor or from Prophet. But the one Atlantis that is out there is giving Master of Hentai a couple of problems. He's not really ground firing it, and I don't think he has enough sub hunters to be able to take it out with torpedoes. But I think it's only just being a nuisance. There are a good amount of Yoshivas there that dealing with the inbound torpedoes. Subs, though, these are a different story. We got another Halthum joins the fray, so that makes it 3 Halthums versus a lonely summit. Actually, 2 summits. We have second one's come off the line just now. And while these guys are standing off, we do have an air engagement over on this side of the map. Looks like Striker had a pretty bad turn there. If he had tightened that up a little bit, he could have gotten in behind Big Bad Gas, but right now he's just trying to get out, but he's going to lose all of his planes in the process. Yeah, every single ASF, with the exception of these 2 that weren't even really there. Alright, so that's air control there for team number 2. Well, that sucked. It wasn't the best air engagement, but I've also seen worse. I've done worse air engagements, lots worse air engagements. Wow, this Atlantis is getting done really quickly. Got some assistance from some engineering drones and the T3 comm. So it's going to be 2 Atlantises on the front there for Prophet and Taylor. Torpedo bombers harassing the Atlantis to some extent. And Master of Hentai builds an experimental unit. Oh, we have Atlantis for the Master himself. Access to UEF tech with David's eviction from this game has allowed him to build an Atlantis of his very own. So all of you people out there searching for Atlantis, there is no more need. I have found 3 of them. Soon to be 4 and 5, and potentially 6. We're gonna have Atlantis everywhere. It's gonna be a veritable cornucopia of Atlantis, dotting the Northern Sea. Taylor looking to keep control, though, of this one. And putting it in a semi-vulnerable position. If these battleships ground fire it, you could lose a lot of HP on it, but he is going after these T2 cruisers. This one has 66 kills and 5 ranks of vet, but ultimately gets crushed. So, you know, 66 kills. You had a good run there, little buddy. You had a good run. Governor soon to follow. Another Ithuala gets into the mix. Now we see an Atlantis, the Atlantis for Master of Hentai, making an appearance. Second Atlantis in position. Third, actually, done now for Taylor. So 4 Atlantis up here. We got 3 battleships, a ton of frigates, 4 battleships actually. And so we've got Prophet actually ground firing this Atlantis. I can't tell if he's hitting it. Either way, it's taking a good amount of damage from something. It's probably this other Atlantis that's taking damage from, as well as this one. So 2 Atlantis versus 1. And that's a nuke, actually, out from Master of Hentai. Where is that headed? Oh, that is headed up here for Prophet's base. Does Prophet have SMD? No. Uh-oh. It's not good. It's a little late for that, my friend. It is a little late for that. That is going to be... It's going to be a blow to team number 1. That's their highest rated player. And the one currently managing this entire naval crisis right now. It does make it about a quarter of the way towards building the nuke defense. And the nuke is right on the money. Kaboom. everything gets transferred over to FAF and Turtle as these guys just duke it out, like slug it out here in the middle. It looks like the Atlantis for Master of Hentai did go down. So there are still 3 Atlantis on the field there for team number 1, as well as lots of fire support from these battleships. And Master of Hentai might be in a little bit of trouble here in the Navy, might be forced to back off. That's what we're starting to see there. So 2 battleships remaining and a bunch of frigates, a couple of cruisers, but a lot of the destroyers and mid-tier weaponry has been destroyed. Got more battleships though on the way. Does have another 2 Atlantis done. Wow, these guys are cranking these bad boys out. So we got 3 Atlantis here versus 2. This one somehow has 3 ranks of veterancy and no kills. I was curious how many bad guys these guys had bagged. Maybe that's what happens with full share. It resets the kill count to 0. I guess that would make sense. Good thing it doesn't reset veterancy. Oh, that aircraft carrier taking some heat from the shells that are missing the Hathum. But still got 3 Atlantis versus 1 here. We do have a very large naval engagement happening down here as well. It looks like both of these naval engagements are going to go pretty well for Team 1. We're pretty happy to see that after Prophet's ejection. But several battleships on the field, 1 lonely Omen left for Requiem. We also have Restorers out and another air engagement, so these guys are really starting to get moving here, moving and grooving. And that's FAF and Turtle's up to T3 air as well. Have a couple of Coronas on the field, giving everybody the virus. I think this might just be a static fight for a while these guys just beat the crap out of each other. This one at the bottom, though, it's looking like Turtle is going to be able to make some headway here. Battleships and destroyers just raining fire down. Requiem, though, does have torpedo bombers coming in. Do some good damage to some of the battleships. There are a handful of Infinity cruisers in Turtle's mix there. And it looks like, yeah, it's going to be enough to deal with the torpedo bombers. Now we're down to his last battleship. Well, I'd say that his last. He just finishes another one. Might be a good idea, though, to bring your units back. Try to stabilize as much as you can. Which Reclaim is on the ocean right now. So on my screen, there is 40,000 Reclaim on the ocean. What does it look like up here with all these Atlantis? Got 73,000 Reclaim on my screen right now from all these dead Atlantis. Incidentally, it also looks like 2 of the Atlantis for team number 2 have gone down. I'm not quite sure how that actually happened. Oh, it's probably these torpedo bombers. And the fact that this Atlantis is surfacing. Starting to take a good amount of damage there from both cruise missiles as well as Hathum and frigate fire. Striker does bring his Wasps in over the top to try and cover. That Atlantis, though, is still in a pretty vulnerable position. Probably should think about resubmerging that bad boy. Another battlecruiser back here. And the summits are now set with a squad, I guess it would be, of Yathals. And that summit's not going to be very long for this world. Atlantis does come in, recently resubmerged, tries to level out the playing field a little bit, but these summits are not great forward attack vehicles. They're chunky, but don't have a great fire rate. Be a good idea to get these frigates out in front. Now that looks like another Atlantis down, but right as you take out one, there's another one from Master of Hentai up, ready to take up the mantle of responsibility.
Strategic launch detected.
Another nuke out from Master of Hentai. Where is this one going? I'm not sure where this one is actually going. Is it going for the naval facilities? Must be. Either that or it's just going straight for the Navy. Nope. Alright. Looks like it's going for the HQ. There are redundant HQs here, though. So, that's one thing you have, at least, working in your favor. So, HQ here for Taylor does survive. Lives to fight another day. And I'm focusing a lot on the northern pond just because I feel like it's where a lot of the action is right now. The bottom pond, Turtle is just slowly creeping in, using his superior economy to wear down Requiem. Look at that, bringing in, undoubtedly this is reclaim related, bringing in 780 mass per tick. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw that just there, but I feel like that's a reason why ground firing subs is dumb. Because that was an Atlantis that just got killed from like half health with one volley from the summits. I mean, I guess it's hard to pull off, like, 'cause there's a nuance. You have to like put it in the right spot. You have to predict where they're gonna be, like, etc. But I don't know. What do I know? I'm but a lowly caster. That Atlantis is going down, baby, down. Going down to downtown. It's gonna go down there with all of its friends. God, there's like 8 Atlantis wrecks on the bottom, and another one on the way. Let's see how his ground fire game is here. Atlantis hanging out in the front. Missed that one. Yeah, I missed that one too. It's starting to look real thin though for Requiem at the bottom. Frick it. He deserved life. I feel like my camera has not moved from this position for like the last 20 minutes or so, because these guys are just like going absolutely at each other's throats. And there are a good number of aircraft carriers in here. 4 aircraft carriers. Gonna make it difficult to bring in any air assistance. That, in conjunction with the bulwarks, makes it hard for Comrade Stryker to be able to utilize torpedo bombers to kind of help level the playing field up here. We do have another Atlantis just come out. There is yet another. There are another 2 Atlantis here. The Master of Hentai. What is that? What are we up to now? Are we up to like, how many Atlantis are we up to? 10, 11? I think more than that. 13 or 14 Atlantis. These guys are just like really into finding the lost city. Let's see how much damage this does. Okay, see, that's a stupid amount of damage. It's like 12,000 damage. I'm just gonna name this cast where I complain about ground firing subs. Alright, so we've got good battleship count back here. That Atlantis is gonna get sunk, man, from T3 battleships, but don't worry, there's another one back here. How many Atlantis is this? Atlantis is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. I think there are a couple more down here as well. This is nuts. Grab a thumbnail for you guys. Alright, but these battleships, not long for this world anymore. And I mean, like, he's doing great work with this ground firing of subs. It was like 4 sub hunters that just got bagged there. But I think there's only so long he can hold out at this point. Taylor O'Shea, fighting for the glory of Ireland. I'm guessing, I don't know. But there was an experimental unit that was built. We have a Novax center completed for Comrade Striker, who's now gone into the game ender phase, or semi-game ender phase. Those of you guys who watch my stream know that you can have like 7 Novax and it's not going to end the game. I was so exhausted during that stream. I was just like, I mean, I guess we're just going to keep doing the same thing even though it's not working, which in and of itself is the definition of insanity. So I'm insane, but I didn't need to tell you guys that for you to know. Another Atlantis bagged from ground firing with these battleships. It's just insane. Don't worry, there's 2 more down here. And it looks like Taylor is got his own Atlantis yards, his own Lost City excavation under threat. But okay, shifting down here, we're starting to get some headway. We've got Omen class battleships absolutely laying into Requiem's base. There is, I forgot about this, I saw this in a chat earlier, but there is an artillery that was completed. So an emissary is online for Turtle. So Turtle is doing pretty incredible things there in the southern pond. He is taking out his opponent. There is a Tsar as well out for Turtle. And it looks like we've also got a Novax here from Master of Hentai that is busy absolutely decimating Turtle's air grid. Okay, that was just support commanders. I panicked there for a second. I'm a little rusty on my casting. And Striker, it looks like he is using his Novax to take out some of the naval units. I think that's the best way to deal with Navy. I think there's probably better ways to do it. But let's check in on our air players. Not any real expansion here for Big Bad Gaz. Does have kind of a secondary air grid as well as a quantum gateway up towards the north. Here's that Novax center for Master of Hentai. He's also working with 2 quantum gateways, both pushing out RAS commanders. Lots of eco there for Master of Hentai. He's at 1.2k, 1.1k. So some of this is undoubtedly reclaim related, but I'm not seeing it fluctuate a whole hell of a lot. So he's got a lot of eco. Gaz though gonna lose almost his entire air force. Comrade Striker getting a great turn there. Right place at the right time, you know. Alright, we got another nuke out from Master of Hentai. Keep an eye on where that goes up here in the mini-map. We do have another air engagement though. Gaz not doing a great job with keeping his fighters spread out and moving. Groups them up a little bit there. But he does fly it back over aircraft carrier coverage from Master of Hentai. And where did that nuke end up going? Alright, so that nuke was looking to nuke the bottom navy. FAF and Turtle was able to get out of the way. There is a Tsar here for FAF and Turtle as well. Finds itself pretty exposed over naval-based anti-air. The ASFs do almost a single pass number on it. That's just going to be... at least it got dropped in friendly territory. Well, friendly-ish territory. There's a lot of bad guys over here. Stryker's really gotten his way back into the air game, though. I'm impressed. He had a couple of bad fights early on in the game, but he's definitely been able to recover. What are we at as far as ASF count? 79 versus 18. Yep, that's pretty emphatic. That's a pretty emphatic advantage right there. God, this fight is still going on up here. This has been like going for 20 minutes. It's been going for 20 minutes. We've seen at least 10 Atlantis die to ground fire. The rest have died to torpedoes. You guys need to teach me how to ground fire. I wish I knew how to ground fire. But I don't play Navy enough for it to be worth anything. And I'm also lazy. So, you know. Torpedo bombers. Lots of torpedo bombers. Only a couple of infinity cruisers here. I think actually there's just the one. Oh, nope, take that back. There's two more up here. We should be able to keep this fleet marginally safe. A Kiefer or two might not be the worst idea. Some aircraft carriers of your own there for AA. That is an Awasa. It is about halfway under construction there for Master of Hentai. And what is this down here? Oh, we've got a Yolana Os on the way. Just started, so 800 health out of 12,000. So he's power stalling pretty heavily, which is also leading to mass drainage. So needs to get his power grid in order before that comes online. But I'm sure he's got a bajillion things going on here, as he still has not pushed Taylor out of the water yet. Although he has come extraordinarily close multiple times. Taylor just seems to find a way to ground fire these Atlantis and get his way back into it. We're gonna lose a battleship there too. Summits, man. Pretty strong units. Mr. Hentai realized can't fix the Z problem on his own. It does have engineers out scooping this reclaim. For shits and giggles, how much reclaim is here? Holy God! 230 something thousand. Is it 200,000? Yeah, 233,000. I thought it might be 2 point something million, and I was about to actually shit a brick. Alright, so there's like a Mavor up here. I can't remember exactly how much a Mavor costs. But I feel like 200,000 mass is a hell of a lot of mass. Jesus. Looking at the other ocean. Okay, so Requiem. Let's talk a little bit about backline. Requiem moved his commander back to a little bit more safe position. Did retain the ownership of one T3 mass extraction point, though, before he was evicted. We talked a lot about the reclaim up top. There's still like 178,000 reclaim down here at the bottom, too. Between... What is some of this from? Oh, those are T3 mass extraction points that died. It's like 3,000 mass? That's a lot of mass. There's not like an experimental or anything there. But 3 Atlantis. Surely this will do the trick, right? Right? I don't know why everything got real dark there. But surely this is enough. Surely 3 Atlantis will be able to deal with this. All right. Another battleship goes down. More shield boats are coming off the production line. Big ground fire. Don't think that landed. This Neptune is hauling the team here to victory. 16 kills to its name. Big ground fire. All right. Yeah, Atlantis is dead. Atlantis is dead. That is a huge amount of restorers, though, for Big Bad Gaz. And a healthy contingent of ASF as well. Not a whole lot, but restorers, I believe one can I speak? One restorer is it like 2 or 3 ASF? Like, they have good AA. They're not called AA gunships or nothing. There's another Atlantis dies to ground fire. Oh my god. Another experimental unit from Comrade Stryker. Is that another Novax? Yep, okay, so 2 Novax on the way. That's probably enough on the Novax. I learned that from experience. I'm not sure what's happening with my graphics, because these guys turn into like chrome tubes if I zoom out enough. I'm sure it's by design. Okay. So we are now starting to really argue with this hill. Turtle is convinced that that hill is not going to stop him, but it will. Just not getting a great firing arc. I believe the summit is able to clear it. Yeah, so the summit shells are able to get over the top, but unfortunately it looks like the omens don't have enough gradient. Okay, nuke launched. There is a nuke defense up here now, loaded, with 1 extra in the tube. The Owasso has been completed and is now making pirouettes over Taylor O'Shea's naval facilities. As of yet to drop a bomb, though. Not sure what he's trying to do here. So, Comrade Stryker dispatches ASFs to respond. Should be able to one pass this bad boy. Okay, so he's going in on the T3 HQ. He's not going to kill it in one pass, and these ASFs should be able to mop this up in short order. Does get a lot of build capacity though, so Taylor's ability to manufacture units is going to be hurt somewhat. We have another Atlantis here. I'm sure it will die to ground fire any second now. I was really hoping that one was going to go for the ground fire. Actually, it's dying to something else. It's dying to engineers reclaiming it. What a meme. Tier 4 experimental aircraft carrier reclaimed by engineers. And that's what killed it. Wow. Oh, and Comrade Stryker takes down T3 Naval HQ. All right, well it's gonna put a little bit of a hiccup in Master of Hentai's plan. Oh my god, this is up. That was fast. What was that, like 10 minutes ago? I don't know. Time flies, man, whenever you're casting and it's a good game. Okay, Yolana up. Should be firing here pretty soon. Okay, yeah, so they've scouted it with the Novax. First launch? Yeah, there it goes. First launch. Oh, we're in for a treat, boys. This is such a beautiful explosion. I'm gonna follow it all the way. I don't even care what's going on in the rest of the map. I'm sure it's interesting. I'm sure it's beautiful. I'm sure it's captivating. I'm sure it's enlightening and enriching. But we're gonna follow this nuke all the way to, it looks like, Turtle's base, and watch its beautiful explosion. Beautiful explosion. I'm actually not sure if, does he have nuke defense? I might not even get an explosion, and then I'm gonna be sad. No nuke defense? Question mark? Oh, okay, there it is. All right. Nuke defense was loaded. We got 3 more in the tube. So he can survive for about another 4 or 5 minutes until this thing is... God, it's almost loaded again. I do have the emissary as well as both of the Novaks going in on it. And it looks like Comrade Stryker has mobilized his gunships. Going to take a quick pit stop to take down the T3 Naval HQ. As well as kill some build power, you know. Necessary stuff. Another nuke goes off from the Yolana. Gunships are pretty exposed. Wasps move into cover. This is over a good amount of T3AA here for Master of Hentai, and he's got these restorers here. And those restorers go to work on the gunships, man. Those gunships, I don't think any of them are going to make it through to even hit the shield. Negative. Alright, Comrade Stryker does look like he still has a good number of ASFs. Needs to bug out now. Save what of his Air Force that he can. Gonna have to fly over some SAMs on the way home, but worth it. Alright. Counter nuke. Counter nuke. Good. It does look like we are getting more T3, more SMDs up. The last of Hentai's and naval forces getting mopped up here. Not a great place to park your planes. He's gonna lose. Is he gonna lose? Doesn't look like he's gonna lose any of his naval unit or his air units there, even though I feel like he should. So they need a solution to this Yolana and fast. And okay, we have a salvation about halfway done. Here's another nuke coming in. All right. Well, you might not even need the nuke. The Novaks might clear up everything because all of his shield generators are shut down. So that's not great. How many nukes do we have in the tube? All right, we only have 1 counter nuke left in the tube and not close to getting another one. Moves to assist, but I think that's a little too little. A little bit too late for that. Fear not, it was just a support commander. Alright. Now, we get to see what we've all been waiting for, everybody. 1 counter nuke, not enough. Here it comes. I can't go that high. It's so beautiful. Look at it. So destructive. It's a beautiful blue flower that bloomed in Turtle's base and killed him. And got another one out. Alright. Okay. So yeah, this is not looking great for team number 1. This nuke appears to be moving towards the middle base. We have SMD. SMD? We do. Got a fully loaded SMD here. So Taylor has about 3 or 4 minutes before this nuke starts really causing problems. Actually, it looks like it's going somewhere else. It's not going to Taylor's base. Where's it going? Oh, is it going here? Why is it going there? Okay. Does pass in front of the nuke defense, though. Is able to get taken out. And this salvation, I think it's just going to sit at, you know, halfway or so done. Hour into this game, we've had a Yolana Os. We've only had 2 people, 1 person from each side, get eliminated. And Taylor is now starting to push up in the north. Turtle does have a pretty solid air force of his own. We have Big Bad Gaz making moves here with ASFs as well as restorers. Taking a quick stop to take out this battleship. It looks like this nuke is going straight for Taylor's base. should still have enough nukes in the tube, enough anti-nukes in the tube to deal with it. He does. I think he makes it one more round, I believe. So he's got 3 in the tube. One not done yet. Okay. Oh, we got Novax down here hitting Yellow's base. Oh man.
Strategic launch detected.
Yellow's in trouble. I think Yellow is dead. Gas, you're dead, sir. Oh no. That's rough. Okay, so we have a salvation on the way as well. Previously for Big Bad Gas. I'm guessing this is going to go over to the Master. Launching, he's got another nuke in the air. Okay, restorers, he's using restorers to deal with. There's so much going on in this game. I'm probably missing stuff, I apologize. Gotta sit up in my chair for this. Okay. Passes by the nuke eliminator. Ooh, skirts the nuke eliminator by enough. And that's gonna land, where is that landing? I'm gonna take out this partially done salvation. No, it's gonna go deep for the newly set up shield generation base. Okay, this one is going for the salvation there. That one's going for the salvation. You need to commit there with your ASFs, bud. Take out these restorers. Air player is dead. I don't think that Master of Hentai has enough. Okay, yeah, all the air production is dead. Win air, GG, right? GG easy. Wow, that's a lot of Percivals there too. All right, 1, 2, okay. Gonna knock him out. Oh, and that was Fap and Turtle's ejection from the game. With that most recent Yolana. Rest in peace, Turtle. I guess the Turtle did not win the race. I've been waiting all cast to make that joke. Let me sing you the song of my people. Strategic launch detected. We got a Paragon too? Oh my god, I've missed things, guys. But either way, we had a Paragon. I don't think we will for much longer. Alright, yeah, Para is almost down. And we got another nuke out. I think that... Okay, so this is a basic nuke, so 2 nukes are out. This Paragon, I want to see this boom. Give me the Paragon boom. We've had so many special explosions. Go check and make sure that this is... Okay, that one does get taken down. Alright, shield down to... Shield is down, and boom! Yeah, baby. Alright, Paragon's down.
Strategic launch detected.
This is the problem, though. Like, yeah, okay, Paragon's annoying, but I think the problem here is the Yolana. The Yolana is what is causing issues there for team number 1. And I think Team 1 need to figure out a way to get rid of this Yolana. And I think it's got to be air. I think it has to be. Right? We're seeing a flight of strats start to get amassed there from Taylor O'Shea. And Stryker is plowing the road here for his buddy. Taking out the restorers as well as the ASFs remaining for Master of Hentai.
Strategic launch detected.
Another nuke out. Get really used to hearing that. All right, strats are on the move. Oh, don't take up next to the restorers, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, he's doing it. He's doing it. All right, I don't think this is enough to make it through. And we have ASFs from Requiem. Okay, so Requiem has apparently dubbed himself as the air player. Yeah, not gonna make it through to the Alana. Novaks are working on it though. Where's this salvation? Okay. We got engineers here. No, salvation is not under construction. Does Comrade Striker have enough mass to deal with it? Okay, Comrade Striker has plenty of mass. Just take these engineers. Just click them right there. Engineers onto the salvation. Please, for the love of God. Wait, what's happening? Oh my God, he's power stalling.
Strategic launch detected.
Shields are down. Just have to... Was that a missed opportunity there? Took out a lot of shield generators. I don't think he took out enough though. More coming back. These things are getting built fast. Jeez. All right. So I have not seen the end of this game. I watched until about like right here because I didn't want to spoil it for myself. Whenever I was initially triaging this to see if I wanted to cast it. So I've got 10-to-1 odds that salvation never finishes. This salvation right here never finishes. I have a feeling. We have another salvation. This is like the game of unfinished salvation. All right, nuke did make it through. I stopped paying attention to that nuke because there's so many of them all the time now. But yeah, this is like the game of unfinished salvations here. We will see if they actually end up getting finished. These battleships though, these could start causing a problem. We're starting to see the range on these battleships get to a point where it can start damaging some of the shields. They can't hit the Alana. It's a little out of range for that, but they can start hitting some of the shields that are around it. So then I think it becomes a waiting game. Or not a waiting game, but you know, it's a game of some sort. All right, does this salvation finish? Okay, this salvation is under construction. That bad boy is going up pretty quick. Nope, still nothing. Still nothing. Okay, March of the Perseus though. So that's a lot of Percivals. How many is that? 20? 40, 42, nowhere close. Okay, so these Percivals are going to walk all over this base. There were like 7 or 8 triads there. Yeah, there's nothing now. We do have clink hammers back here that can cause some damage, but without any ravagers, I see this Percival army wrecking shop and wrecking face here. Clink hammers though, they're doing a little bit more than I thought they were. Took out a couple of them. Another volley goes off, picks off a few more, you know, just kind of thins out the herd. Okay, so there we go. Reaction from Master Hentai there, getting some ravagers online. Not necessarily in the ideal position, but in a position that'll definitely work. They start opening up on the Percivals. Percivals are so damn tanky though. And he's going to lose a lot more power gen. He was power stalling earlier. He's going to lose a lot of power generators there. And some mass points. All right, so where is primary power generation? Okay, this is now up. Well, almost up. Now it's up. All right. So it is no longer the game of unfinished salvation. It's the game of one finished salvation. Okay, wow, more power is going down here for Master of Hentai. There's so many points that he's got to defend for power. It's hard to stay on top of all of it. There's a lot of Ravagers though that going up, really thinning out this herd. So we had 42 earlier, down to 26. These guys look to be going straight in on where this salvation is. So we'll see these guys as they march their way in. Was the Knight Percival also a saint? Can we sing when the saints go marching in here? Is that allowed? I don't know. Alright. Percivals are in range of a support commander. Alright, let's see how much damage these guys can get done. How many do we have left? Got 18 left. Falling fast. Lots of Oblivion turrets here. And we've got a good amount of support commanders. It's all about how much damage. They are depleting the shields, and now the Salvation is exposed. Drops down to under half health there. You got a shield blinking on just in time. How many Percivals are left? Not many. 3 or 4 maybe. This is gonna be close. Okay, Salvation is exposed once again. 1700 HP. Kill the Salvation, damn it. Thank you. Alright. How much damage did that actually do? Okay, not a whole lot. Looks like, yeah, Comrade Striker remained largely untouched. But this thing, man. This guy. This thing is still firing. How many nukes have we had this game? This thing's like firing, it seems like it's firing like every minute for like the last 30 minutes. Cannot believe how many nuke defense Team 1 has built this game to be able to survive this long against the Yolana. That's insane. And all right, so we got torrent missile ships now in the bay. They're starting to break through some of the shields. There are a few miasmas here that are responding. There's another Salvation. Oh my lord. All right, so team number 2 has completed. Okay, actually, this got built a little bit. I don't know why they're insisting on building it only to like a couple of percent. All right, another nuke. I'm seeing chats about a Mavor. Oh. I think we've had every single game ender of the factions that are represented this game. That is awesome. Assuming the Mavor actually gets finished. Man, and that Salvation goes down too. That's I mean, that's great. It's still not the problem though, right? Like the problem is this guy. Whoa, they got really close there. Is he power stalling again? Oh my god, he is power stalling so hard. Strap bombers? Oh my god. Oh man. I'm like speechless right now. I think that's it. I think Team 1 just closed it. I think Team 1 clinched it. That's incredible. All right, and this Mavor is going to go up now. We got 7,600 HP. And he's building another Yolana Os. My god, that's going up really fast though. How does he have mass for this? And why would you not build it over the old wreckage? I don't get it. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. Another Salvation. Not done. This one still hasn't gotten done yet. The Mavor is completed. Maybe that'll be my thumbnail. I don't know. God, this has been a great game. I've been thoroughly impressed. Botch to the sky. Panicked there for a second. No commander dead though. Where is everybody's commander? Let me look. All right, we got Master of Hentai's down here, building T3AA. Yolana is actually over halfway done. That's pretty insane. Requiem's Calm is this him? Yeah, that's him. Okay, so he's hanging out in this forward base that he has put together. hanging out with all of his Rasp boys under the cover of satellite protection. You know, they're just looking to communicate. They're not looking to stir up any trouble. This is their way of communicating. All right, but now the Mavor is firing. The Mavor, I believe, is firing directly to this point. So I think Requiem's days in this world are numbered. Dun, dun, dun. First shell. Wow, that took out a lot of shields. Is there a way to like survive Mavor attack? Like, I feel like it's impossible with shields. That one penetrated. I hear Guile getting real excited somewhere because I just said that the Mavor penetrated. And Requiem is gonna go down, baby, down. Oh, actually, shield saves his life. Where's the next Mavor shell? All right, that drops almost all of the shields around him to like next to nothing. Novak should be able to get through that, right? Right? Right. There we go. And that leaves the Master of Hentai as the only one left. Did he finish this, Yolana? Nah, he's not gonna be able to, I don't think. Master of Hentai played very well this game. Played very well. Then again, so did, I gotta say, I think MVP for team number 1 definitely goes to Taylor. I believe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you guys think held it together for team 1? I can't believe they survived that Yolana for as long as they did. And so now we're just cleaning up. The Yolana, wow, it's actually done. And it's loading. What is that doing to his... All right, well, he's overflowing a lot of mass. Where is he getting this? Like, how is he getting this much mass? I don't get it. His comm is under attack. Wait, where's his commander? Where'd it go? Is that it? No. Is it in here? Uh-oh. I've lost visual.
Commander under attack.
Wherever he is, he's under attack. Oh no. I lost him. I feel like he's got to be in here, right?
Commander under attack.
Oh. There he is. All right, well, you know, I mean, hey, if you're going to go down swinging. Teleport play. Wow, okay. Hour and 15-minute game. It was a great game, too. Very enjoyable to watch, at least for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it, too. If you guys have any replays, and if you guys are still around right now, send them my way. This one was fantastic. I believe it was Comrade Striker that submitted it. If you guys have anything like this, there was a lot of back and forth this game. You know, really towards the very end, I had no idea who was going to win. I still didn't know who was going to win whenever I initially triaged and like watched through this game. So if you have replays that are like this, that are action-packed, I'm more than happy to cast them. Lastly, I think that's actually it. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the game down below. Oh, did our Salvation finish? No. Okay. All right. 10-1 odds. Be honest. Let me know what you guys bet down in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.